Peripherals, what do you mean by peripheral? Peripherals are meant for the external communications to the external world. Okay, what is that we are going to communicate? We are going to communicate any data for performance, or the audio data, video data, a gaming device and a processed gaming operation, or a sensor related data and a hand movement data, whatever may be the data, it has to be communicated to the external world. Okay. Then in that context, there are two things where they are primarily based on the speed of the peripherals. There is a two classification, one is high speed and other one are the slow speed peripherals. Okay. And I'm going to give an overview, not a very detailed thing of each one of them, because that itself is going to take like and few hours of session if you get into that one, but just an overview. And all these terms, majority of you may already be aware of it, but just as an USB is a common one where all of us are aware, and it's like become a day to day usage peripheral thing. But what it does? Basically, it does the data transfer from a particular, initially when we had the USB, it was primarily meant for the storage only. Then they said, okay, fine, if it does the storage, why can't it do the charging? Then that is where is the detection, data transfers, multiple things are being done with the USB. Okay. And with next we have the HDMI. HDMI is meant primarily for the image processing and the video data transfer, and we have multiple interface specification like MIPI 1.0, MIPI 2.0. Then the first thing they are, okay, what is the compliance, which ether, which protocol, all this, right? USB also, we say USB 2.0, USB 1.0 was way back. Now 2.0, 3.0, USB C, multiple connectors have come into picture. Okay. Then Ethernet initially when I started, it was like 1 gig. Now we have 10 gig, 100, like beyond 100 gig, multiple versions are available. In this we have wired connections, wireless, multiple things also are available. Okay. And then we have the PCI Express. PCI Express, initially we used to have only the PCI. PCIe is used for a communication from a board, motherboard to an external processing hardware cards. But that was the initial one. But later what happened is that initially it used to be a 32-bit PCI. Later we said, okay, now not PCI, let's go with an interconnect, a PCI 64-bit PCI. Then they said, no, all this is not going to work, let's go to PCI Express. PCI Express is a serial link, a dual data one and a synchronous one. All these protocols will have a clock along with them, and data is transferred, and we have PCI Express 1.0, 2.0 and PCI Express 6.0 is the current version which is going on. Then CXL. What is CXL? Compute Express Link. CXL also is primarily based on the PCI Express protocol, but what it does is it does not connect to an external onto an external component or a motherboard or a card, whatever we have. Fine, but it actually provides an interconnect between the processor. Today basically when we talk of one SoC to other SoC interconnect, what is the primary thing? We have the CXL is the new protocol which is being coming into picture, Compute Express Link. Okay, and it also enables coherency. As I mentioned, the moment we have a multiple processors, we need to have a coherency enabled, and CXL enables that one. Okay. Then we have a Thunderbolt, which is actually a new, it's actually a specification or a peripheral interface specification which involves both USB and also the DisplayPort protocols are combined in Thunderbolt, and that is where it performs with a single interface. You can perform both the, you can enable both the peripheral interfaces. Then the next one what we have is the slow speed peripherals. What are slow speed peripherals? What is purpose of it? Usually, right, we have SPI. SPI is a serial peripheral interface, and we have multiple things on it. We have a single SPI and a quad SPI, octal SPI, dual SPI. What it does, it's primarily to communicate to a flash device, and basically to fetch the data which is there. The processor will fetch the data and will execute it, and that is meant for, it is a slow speed device. Usually the max speed, nowadays the peripherals also have gone up to 3 Mbps, not beyond that. It is not in multiples of gigabits, but it is into the Mbps only we have it. Then the next one which has been a age along UART. UART is an asynchronous serial transmit and receive interface, and that today basically it communicates, there is no dependency on the clock, directly the transmit and receive will be separate, and the baud rates are different, baud rates are defined, and accordingly if the at the receiver end they have a start, stop, error parity, and there is a specific format defined, and with that the communication happens within the devices. Okay. This is primarily to communicate to the external world. Then we have I2C and I3C. Okay. I2C and I3C are like I3C is backward compatible to I2C. These are two wired protocols only. We have a clock, SCL and SDA, and a master and slave combination. What is the purpose? Usually the high speed sensors and sensors, transducers, whatever we have, they are all controlled by this I2C and I3C interfaces. Okay. Based on the link performance, the speed requirement, we are going to adapt to one of the interfaces. And the last one happens to be the I2S interface. I2S is basically an audio interface. Today audio based interface, and we also have the SDIO interface, which actually happens to be the configuration for the interfacing with the modem devices. We have the SDIO. Okay. I2S audio processing, all these are like 4-wire, 3-wire, 4-wire interface. I2S is a 4-wire interface, and where we have an clock rate, baud rate, and also the transmit and receive data. That is how the protocols work.